For the past couple of days, we've been bringing you a series of incredible stories. They're about some of the 58 Canadians who died in the earthquake in Haiti. It's a major CBC News multimedia project. You can see many of the profiles online, and this week, a few of them right here on The National. Tonight, The National's Nala Ayed brings us the story of Jean Civil.
Back in the 1960s, there was little to this town but a brick factory and a paper mill. But it did have a high school, and that's what brought Jean Civil to East Angus. He was one of the first black people there, but if he minded sticking out, he didn't show it. It was in these hallways that he made his mark as a teacher, starting a lifetime seized with inspiring others.
C'est une personne qui est très attachante, qui avait beaucoup de charisme, puis avait beaucoup de caractère aussi.
Back then, Daniel Roy was one of Civil's best students. Civil, in turn, was one of his favorite teachers. Strict and meticulous in manner and in dress, passionate about the language he taught. Passionate, too, about Haiti, inspiring others to fall for his native country, like fellow teacher Charles Labrie, who went there to do humanitarian work.
It was dangerous. No telephone, no phone, no electricity. And I never forget Haiti because of Jean. They were the first they talked with me about that country. And I was always happy to learn about that country. And I love so much that country.
He opened my mind because I was in small village with kind of like that. He always say Jacmel is a paradise. Jacmel is the sea, the smell. We talk with love with always Jacmel.
The port city of Jacmel was Civil's home. Haiti, often the subject of his poetry.
Choukoun, tu connais la rançon de la beauté, depuis que les conquistadors t'ont violé, sous les yeux pétrifiés de tes suivantes. When he's talking about Choukoun, he's talking actually about Haiti, that is viewed as a beautiful woman.
Civil's son says he never forgot the country of his birth.
The thing about my dad, he always told me that his heart is in Haiti.
But his life was in Canada, where he'd moved on to Sherbrooke. And friends and colleagues say he was a model of integration. He started an influential authors' society and kept teaching, helping mold generations of Quebecois students, including his own children.
When he arrived at the house, my sister and me, we just quiet. You know, we stop fooling around. You know, there's a way. He was very stern and he always worry about my grades in school. He always said, you can do better.
But Civil did often let loose. On Friday nights, his home came alive, with cards, drinks, friends, and laughter.
Yes. Is what we call in French a bon vivant. I had good time with him, good time.
The house was always full of people. The doors never locked, so at any time of the day, people walked in, eat, drink. You know, his house was always open for everybody in the community.
The discussion invariably turned to one of Civil's favorite subjects, politics. He once even unsuccessfully ran for a seat in Haiti's Senate, says his friend Dr. Max Lacruz.
Il était un bonhomme politique extrême. Et on était des amis, de proches, parce que on voulait lutter politiquement en Haïti. Et lui, il fallait rester à la fois un poète et un homme politique.
When Civil retired, he split his time between the two countries he loved. Entre deux pays, the title of one of two books of poetry he wrote.
He's in between two countries, you know, like for him, Sherbrooke and Jacmel, you know. He always said that he cannot just have a good living here and stay and not think about his roots.
So there, too, he continued to inspire, helping found a music school for Haitian children.
When he was coming here, we were looking for instruments, looking for violin, anything he could find to go back to Haiti.
Les premiers noirs toastés café du Québec.
That doesn't surprise Roy, who grew up to become a teacher and a poet just like Civil, a man he got to know again as a fellow writer, and about whom he even wrote a poem.
Each time I saw him, I said, you're forever young. You're always young. You never change. I said, wow.
But Civil's full life was cut short. He was in Haiti when the earthquake struck, due to come back to Canada in May. He survived, but complained to friends of stomach pain. He was evacuated with Canadian forces to Port-au-Prince, and as he waited for an airlift to Montreal, he suffered a heart attack.
I put myself in his place, probably taking an helicopter ride for the first time, and see up in the air the devastation of the country. I think probably that's what happened to him. He couldn't handle it anymore. He just...
Jean Civil, qui est né à Jacmel.
His name lives on now among a new generation of students. And just like he did, his inspiration straddles borders. Nala Ayed, CBC News, Sherbrooke, Quebec.
And if you want to add your own tribute to Jean Civil or any of the other Canadians killed in Haiti, you can do so on our website. The link again is right there on your screen. Now, coming up on The National, don't blink or you'll miss it.